progeny of U.S. presidents often go on to have successful careers in politics or serving on various charitable boards and committees. However, a few of them went in their own direction and had successful careers all their own. Abram Garfield, son of James A. Garfield. Abram Garfield, son of James A. Garfield, was a well-known architect in Cleveland, Ohio. He was responsible for many grand residences as well as a hospital for children and worked on homes for the Cleveland Metropolitan Housing Authority. The home shown is the Pebble Hill Plantation near Thomasville, Georgia. He also co-founded and became president of the Cleveland School of Architecture. Anna Roosevelt Halsted, daughter of Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt. Anna Roosevelt Halsted, daughter of Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt, was a writer, journalist, and newspaper editor, often with a special focus on women's issues and interests. She wrote and edited for periodicals such as Liberty Magazine, the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, the Arizona Times, and The Woman, and also wrote 2 children's books. Anna and her mother Eleanor tried their hand at a radio program, the Eleanor and Anna Roosevelt program, which lasted for 1 year. Professor Helen Taft Manning, daughter of William Howard Taft and Helen Herron Taft. Professor Helen Taft Manning, daughter of William Howard Taft and Helen Herron Taft, was a college dean and professor of history at Bryn Mawr College. She received a bachelor's degree from Bryn Mawr and her doctorate from Yale. Her specialty was in British colonial history, and in 1969 wrote a book called British Colonial Government After the American Revolution, and in 1962 a book called The Revolt of French Canada, a chapter in the history of the British Commonwealth. She was a suffragette and traveled throughout the U.S. giving speeches in support of women and their right to vote. Mary Margaret Truman Daniel, daughter of Harry and Bess Truman. Mary Margaret Truman Daniel, daughter of Harry and Bess Truman, was a successful author and sometimes singer. She sang professionally on radio shows such as The Railroad Hour and The Big Show. On television, she could be found on What's My Line, The Martha Raye Show, Hollywood Squares, and The Giselle McKenzie Show. Margaret Truman wrote many mystery novels based in Washington, D.C. Titles generally followed a theme, for example, Murder at the Pentagon and Murder at Ford's Theater. Nonfiction works were generally based on her experiences at the White House. Stephen Meigs Ford, youngest son of Gerald and Betty Ford. Stephen Meigs Ford, youngest son of Gerald and Betty Ford, is an American actor in television and film. He was a guest star on many familiar shows such as Happy Days, Murder, She Wrote, Columbo, Jag, Walker, Texas Ranger, and Baywatch. He has been in many films as well, such as Starship Troopers, Escape from New York, When Harry Met Sally, and Black Hawk Down. He worked on The Young and the Restless as Andy Richards from 1986 through 2003.